go and let people get mad. I don't know. I can call Carolyn. Carolyn's here.
That's a big check. I think so. Iman?
Yep, it has me checking my phone. All right. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
It is wonderful to be together, to end our week and begin Shabbat, this space of coming together, of being in community. We'll begin with Shalom Alechem on page 5.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem leShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Kadosh Baruch Hu, Barchuni leShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Tzedchem leShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
As we sing Shalom Alechem, welcoming the angels of Shabbat, it's also an important time for us to turn around, look at those in the room, say Shabbat Shalom, maybe to someone new, introduce yourselves. It's good to see the faces. Turn around. Thank you. It's a good song. Bright eyes. It's good to see one another, to know who's in the room, to smile, to introduce ourselves. That's what it is to walk into Shabbat. That is what walking into joy can feel like, seeing a smile from someone else. So as we turn to page 11 for Lechuna Ranana, these words, let us go, let us sing, let us rejoice in this moment of community.
Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena l'Adonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena l'Adonai. Naria, naria, letzuri shenu, nekan mafana v'toda. Naria, naria, letzuri shenu, bizmiro naria lo. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena l'Adonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena l'Adonai. Lechu, lechu, lechu. Lechu neranena, lechu, 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 neranena, ki el gadol Adonai, umelech gadol al kol Elohim, asher me'ado b'cherei haaretz, v'to'afot ha'arim lo. Lechu, 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 lechu neranena, oh lechu, lechu, lechu. Lechu neranena, asher lo yam vehu asahu, yabeshet yadav yatzaru, בואו נשתחווה ונכרע, נבנך לפני אדוני עושנו. לכו 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 נרננה, לכו 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 נרננה, כי הוא אלוהינו ברכנו אמר איתו וצאן ידו. היום אם קולו תשמעו, לכו 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 נרננה, לכו 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 נרננה. אל תקשו לבבכם כי מריבה, כיום מסע במדבר, אשר ניסוני אבותיכם וחנוני גם ראו פועלי. לכו 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 נרננה, או לכו 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 נרננה. 40 שנה כל מדור, ואמרם תוהל לבבהם, והם לא ידעו דרכי, אשר נשבעתי באפי, ועול מנוחתי.
We continue on page 21, Mizmor LeDavid.
מזמור לדוד, הבו לאדוני בני אלי, הבו לאדוני כבוד ועוז, הבו לאדוני כבוד שמו, ישתחוו לאדוני בעד הקודש, כל אדוני על המים אל הכבוד ירים, אדוני על מים, מים רבים, כל אדוני בכוח, כל אדוני והדר, כל אדוני שובר ארזים, וישבר אדוני את ארזי הלבנון, וירקידם כמו עגל לבנון, וציון כמו בן רמים. כל אדוני חוצב להבות אש, כל אדוני יכין מדבר, יכין לאדוני מדבר קדש, כל אדוני יכול לילוד ויחשוף יערות ובחלות ולא מרכבות. אדוני על המבול ישב אדוני מלך לעולם, אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום. איי 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 איי
I know I say this all the time, but especially in this week, that speed up, speed up, speed up calm as we've entered this, I don't know, if you are in school, it's winter break. If you're a regular grown-up, there's no such thing as winter break, but it is that time of year where it feels like we just sped up and now we get to take this breath, and I love that it's Shabbat in this moment as we walk into Shabbat, Lecha Dodi, on page 23. We'll begin with those first two stanzas and then turn to page 25 for the last two stanzas. When we get to the final stanza, we'll invite you to rise and face towards our entrance as a way of welcoming Shabbat, not just as we take those breaths after the chaos of the week, but also physically using our bodies to do that as well. Page 23. Which melody this week?
I'm not sure. I really not. Okay, I know what I want to do.
You figured it out?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabla, shamor vezachor b'dibur echad, yishmi'anu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, leshem ultiferet v'litfilah, lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabla, nikra Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki mekor haberacha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof maaseh b'machshava techila, lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabla, lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabla.
Page 25.
ימין ושמאל תפרוצי, ואת אדוני תריצי, על יד איש בן פרצי, ונשמחה ונגילה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה, בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצולה, תוך אמוני ים סגולה, בואי חלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה.
You may be seated as we turn to page 27, Mizmor Shir Leyom HaShabbat, Shabbat as this opportunity for us to take that deep breath, to settle in, to look around, to see even just one moment of wonder we may have had in this last week.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר העליון טוב להודות לאדוני, להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך, בלילות טוב להודות לאדוני. עלי עשור ולנבל, עלי היגיון וכינור, כי שימחתני אדוני בפועלך, במעשה ידיך רענן. טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך העליון. טוב להודות לאדוני, טוב להודות לאדוני. רב רשעים כמו עשב ויציץ כל פריה ונשב דמדיין ותמרו כי מלמדים תשמענה אוזני. צדיק כתמר יפרח כרז בלבנון, יזכה שתולים בבית אדוני, בחצרות אלוהינו יפריחו עוד ינובון בסבע, דשנים ורעננים, כי להגיד כי ישר אדוני צורי ולא עוולתה בו, למלאך ולבש. העדותיך נמנו מאוד לביתך בקודש אדוני לאורך ימים.
Shabbat Shalom. December is one of those months. And by that, I mean every year it's true, and it seems like every year it's truer than the last. It's a month where it just doesn't let up. Day after day after day, there is something going on, and it feels like that goes through mid-January. This year in particular, on top of the regularly scheduled post-Thanksgiving, pre-Hanukkah living that we had in our calendars, some of you may have heard that my family received a very unique invitation. We were invited to the White House Hanukkah party, which happened. I really went, here's a napkin, as a true, I put them all in my purse so I could take them home. See, I have a napkin. We were invited to go to the White House. It's a Hanukkah reception, actually, and it added to the chaos. So what happened? Sunday night, we went to the PJA auction as adults. We supported our children's school. We got home, loaded our pre-packed suitcases and our children in the car, drove to PDX, hopped on the red eye to get to Washington, D.C. And it was a whirlwind. We were only there for 22 hours. But it was the experience of a lifetime, and something that the kids and Duncan and I will truly never forget. It was a moment walking in through layer after layer of security and getting into the White House, dropping off our coats. We walk into the reception room, and the Joint Army Choir, Joint Forces Choir was singing Tzadikata, like we just did. And that's the moment where tears started falling from my eyes, until Duncan said, Ben Stiller just walked into that room. So of course I got myself together and introduced myself. But the highlight was not meeting Ben Stiller, although that's pretty awesome top list in highlights of my life. It was having the opportunity to, person after person, offer thanks to people who have not settled in their lives, but people who have stood up and continued to do good work for the greater good. I had the opportunity to thank Second Gentleman Doug Emhoff, Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz, and Israeli writer and speaker Hen Mazig for the work that each of them does on a day-to-day basis for the Jewish people everywhere. It was an honor to continue walking around and schmoozing. I even saw our very own Senator Ron Wyden. He was closer up in the line than we were. He got in faster. He didn't let me cut with him. But this experience sits in my head because our Parsha this week, Parshat Vayeshev, talks about what it is to settle. 10 years ago, Duncan and I and Shiri were settling into our lives here in Portland. And I wrote about what it felt like to settle down, in contrast to what happens in the Parsha this week, which is that Jacob is becoming more and more and more unsettled. His sons are growing up. The brothers begin and continue to torment the baby Joseph, second youngest Joseph. The text deals with the pain that Jacob feels when he learns of this supposed death of Joseph, and continues with Joseph in Egypt while his brothers are making a mess in various ways of their own lives. And Jacob moves from feeling settled, having found this place to raise his family, to settle in, to feeling unease and unrest. But the Torah seems to ignore this unrest of Jacob's life by stating the following in chapter 37, verse 1. Now Jacob was settled in the land where his father had sojourned, the land of Canaan. Seems simple enough. Jacob settled. Doesn't really seem like what's happening, but that's the word they use. According to Rashi, the medieval commentator, the text is specific in using the word settled, as if to say that Jacob thought he would finally settle down after all that he'd been through. But the events around him would not allow him to settle. Jacob so very much wanted to take in his family. He made up with his brother last week. He's in this space, and yet that doesn't seem in the cards for him. We often, as people, set goals like, I'll settle down when I'm, finish the sentence, married, have kids, all of these different moments, only to realize when we get to that exact milestone that life is still full of challenges and uncertainties. And in the Torah, it appears that Jacob wanted to yeshev, he wanted to sit and let the world continue on around him while he settled in for the long haul. And as we know from the storyline of his children, that simply isn't able to be the case. Being settled down can be nice. A good night's sleep, knowing what's coming next. It's comfortable. But in those moments of comfort, we run the risk of letting opportunities for growth and change, or incredible experiences and adventures like the one my family just took, pass us by. Because it was not easy to get on a red eye with our children and spend 22 hours in DC and get up early and go back. It would have been much easier to say, we're too busy for that. We were at the White House feeling completely unsettled because everywhere around us was a lot of people. There were 800 people there. No, I did not get to meet the president. We were in the same room, though, the room where it happened. We were not in that room, but we were together. But when President Joseph Biden spoke, he spoke about this concept because his speech, if you watched it on C-SPAN, was about hope and about not settling because it's the end of his moment in this particular position. It was about the notion that Hanukkah came when the Israelites, when the Jewish people were the least settled, and yet we continued to move on. They didn't come in to the temple, destroyed, see it, and say, that's it, I can't. They pulled themselves up. They set it back up. They continued to work and move and rest when they needed to. Our Torah portion this week teaches us that lesson, that while we may want to sit and settle into one place, it can turn so quickly into complacency when we let the world happen around us without actually participating in it. The words of thanks that I offered to Doug Emhoff and Debbie Wasserman Schultz, the words of thanks to the people who supported the White House having this Hanukkah party, are words that matter because they remind us not to settle in for complacency. Because like our Parsha teaches us, we can learn to be flexible and patient. We can desire peace and rest. But to get there, we have to continue moving. We have to go through the discomfort. We have to put ourselves out there. And so as we enter into Parshat Vayeshev and the Shabbat, I encourage you to shev, to rest. It is Shabbat after all. But don't get too comfortable, so comfortable that you let the world pass you by. There are adventures to be had and work to be done, thank yous to be shared, and opportunities to gather in joy and wonder. And that is what this season is all about. Shabbat Shalom. We'll continue now with the Baruchu, our formal invitation to join with one another in Tefillah on page 39a.
ברכו את אדוני מבורך. ברוך אדוני מבורך לעולם ועד.
You may be seated.
ומבדיל יום מביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו, אל חי וקיים תמיד ימלוך עלינו, לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, המעלי והרבים.
Page 40. אהבת עולם.
אהבת עולם בית ישראל, עמך אהבת. תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו, שובנו קומנו, נשיח בחוקיך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך, ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד, כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נהגה יומם ולילה, ואתך תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל.
Page 41.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol avavecha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol merodecha, ve'hayu havarim ha'ele asher nochi ritzecha hayom avavecha v'shinatam vanecha v'dibarta bam b'shitecha v'ritecha uvlatecha v'adere usharvecha v'mulchecha ushartam leod al yadeha uchayev tefod ma'unecha utatam al mezizo v'etecha uvishareha.
We continue on page 42.
ושמתם את דברי ידע. ויאמר להם אשר לא תדבר, Adonai Elohechem
As we turn to page 44, the words Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, these words shared by the Israelites as they crossed the sea, we go back to that place of wonder and awe, of recognizing the world around us as a place that has even tiny moments that can share wonder and enlightenment with each of us. Page 44.
ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה ומרים בני ישראל לחן שירה בשמחה רבה ואמרו כולם מי כמוך באלים אדוני מי כמוך נדר בקודש נורא תהילות אוסף אלה מלכותך ראו בניך בוקע ים לפני משה זה ליאנו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם בועל ונאמר יפדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Page 45, Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom. God, may all lie down in peace in the midst of our mad world.
השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, לשלום, ועמידנו מלכנו לחיים, ופרוס עלינו סוכה שלומך, 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 ותקננו בעצה טובה מלפניך, מלפניך, והושיענו למען שמך, והגן בעדנו, יסר עלינו אויב נבל וחרב, ורע ויגון השכיבנו לשלום, שלום. והסר שטן מלפנינו, לפנינו, לפנינו, ומאחרינו, אחרינו, 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 ובצל כנפיך תסתירנו, 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 כי אל שומרנו, 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 מצילנו אתה, כי אל המלך חנון ורחום אתה, השכיבנו, השכיבנו לשלום, שלום. ושמור צאתנו ובואנו לחיים ושלום יתם אדוני, ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, ברוך אתה אדוני הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו וכל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים.
We rise for Vishamru, page 46, followed by the Chatzi Kaddish.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם, ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבה בוי נפש, יתגדל ויתקדש שם רבה, ועל מה דיברה קירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביום יכול ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן. ישמר רבה מברך ועל ולעלמי עלמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם וינשא ותדר ותעלה ותהלל, שמך דקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה בנחמתה, תמירן בעלמא וימהרו אמן.
We turn to the private Amidah for Shabbat, pages 47 through 52. We invite you to use the words of our ancestors printed in the Siddur and add to that the words of your heart.
לרצון אמרפי יהיו לרצון יהיו לרצון אמרפי והגיון ליבי והגיון ליבי לפניך והגיון ליבי והגיון ליבי לפניך אדוני צורי וגואלי עושה שלום ממרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן עושה שלום ממרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו amen. May the words of my mouth may the words of my mouth reach you now. May the love in my heart, may the love in my heart reach you now. You're the rock that I praise through all my living days. Oh, say shalom imromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Oh, say shalom imromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom aleinu. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom imromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen.
God, who makes peace on high, listen to our words. May the words of our mouth partner with God to bring peace and security. God, who promises protection to our ancestors, may that be the work that happens both by our actions and our partnership with our faith. Magen Avot, page 53.
Magen Avot minvaro, מחיי מתים במאמרו, האל הקדוש שאין כמוהו. לילה 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 לילה, לילה לילה המניח לעמו ביום שבת קודשו, ליבם רצה להניח להם לפניו נעבוד פירה ופחד ונודה לשמו בכל יום תמיד לילה 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 מעונה ברכות אל ההודעות אדון השלום מקדש השבת מברך שביעי ומניח בקדושה לעמד ושני עונג שכל למעשה וראשית לילה 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 לילה
Kaddish Shalem, page 54.
יגדל ויקדש שמי רבה, ועלמד יברך חילותי ונך מלכותי, בחיי חול וביום יכול ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה בזמן קריב מרהו, אמן. יש מרבה מברך, לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויפעל בתרומה מנסה ותדר ותעלה ותעלל שמי קדושה בריחו לאלה מכל ברכתה ושירתה תשבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמה ומרו אמן. תתגבר סוטאון בתון כל ישראל קודם אבהון דבשיה מרו אמן. יש למה רבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו בכל ישראל מרו אמן. עושה שלום עם רומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו בכל ישראל וכל יושבי תבל ואימרו אמן.
We rise for Kiddush, page 55. Safri. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho v'ahava u'bratzon hinchilanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikra kodesh zecher litziat mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu kitashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. Amen.
What's the verdict?
It's grape juice? No, it's actually quite flavorless this week, oddly enough.
May 2025 be a better year.
I hope they're picking the grapes now. I'm going to give them a little moment. We'll turn to Alinu, page 56.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי ארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא שקדש הארץ ואתה יום אשר תלך אדוני אלוהינו משלנו לפניך אדוני אלוהינו פולו ככתוב בתורתך אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו ושמו אחד.
You may be seated. Although we won't say Kaddish tonight, it's important to inform the congregation that our past president and our first female president, Elaine Cogan, passed away this week. We will observe a memorial service for her at 11:30 a.m. on Sunday morning here in Stamford Chapel. It's important to come together to honor the service that she gave with her life to our community and the greater Portland community. In recent weeks, we were saddened to learn of the passing of Chuck Sachs. And this week, we observed the yortzites of those listed on the back side of our order of service for this evening. If you're watching online at home, the email that goes out on Thursdays right at the top has that link for you to click as well to see those names. At this time, I invite you to rise if you're here observing a yortzeit and share with us the names of your loved ones that you are here to honor. Edward. We hold their memories as we recite the words of the Mourner's Kaddish, page 58. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divrach kirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayachon uvyomachon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach le'olam olmei almaya. Yiparach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmei d'kudesha b'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru amen. May their memories always be for a blessing. You may be seated. It is the busy time, December. It just keeps going and going and going. We have more things happening in the month of December. First and foremost, there's services tomorrow morning, 9:30, in this very room. A wonderful time to come together, and the Shabbat experience that doesn't involve Hallel. So it's a shorter service than next week if you were trying to weigh them out. There's also Tat Shabbat and Kiddush Club tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. On Sunday night. Oh, college students, if you have college students home for the break at 10 a.m. Sunday morning, here, clergy, bagels, coffee. Fun time. We want to see our college students and hear about how life is going. If you know any, tell them to come here and be with us. Funeral for Elaine Cogan is at 11:30 here, and then Sunday night is Latkes and Vodkas. All of that information is on our website. Our Hanukkah party, our congregation Hanukkah-wide party is next Sunday, December 29th. RSVPs are due by Monday, so if you want to come and join us for what promises to be, Bernbach has already started to be decorated, so it's going to be an excellent Hanukkah time to come together. And while you're out shopping, if you happen to see gloves and hats for sale, or you have new gloves and hats sitting around your house that you bought and then forgot and then find, we are collecting, that's what happens in my house. We are collecting winter hats and gloves, size 5, all the way through adult for Project Lemonade. And then on January 5th, we're looking for volunteers from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. to volunteer at Project Lemonade at the store in Lloyd Center to set those up so that foster youth are able to come in and receive hats and gloves for the winter season. In addition to that, we are collecting toilet paper still for Neighborhood House and our men's club toilet paper menorah, as we do every year. And on Monday night, this Monday, December 23rd, from 4 to 8 p.m., we are cooking to restock our chesed freezer. If you don't know, we have a freezer that is always stocked with soup and veggies and other foods that if somebody is in need, they're sick, or something else, a life circumstance happens, we're able to grab a quick meal and drop it off for someone, in addition to the rest of the work that our chesed committee does with meal trains, making sure people have food, and helping those with food insecurity as well. If you want to cook on Monday, contact Mel Berwin. And then January is around the corner. There's so much happening in January, it doesn't fit on one sheet of paper. So there's an email coming out with all the specifics of January. Watch your calendar. It's going to be a very, very full month. And of course, we have Daily Minyan, daily. Except this coming week, the times are a little bit wonky. So Sunday morning at 8:45, Monday and Tuesday at 7:15, Wednesday, Christmas Day, 9 a.m., Thursday and Friday at 7 a.m. because it's Hanukkah, and we have Torah reading and Hallel each of those days. And then we're back to 8:45 next Sunday. It's all on our website and in the emails you'll receive. We hope to see you there. Did I forget anything, Cantor Vitone?
I can't imagine. I don't know how you remembered what you already remembered.
Well, I had a cheat sheet.
Wow.
A little cheat sheet. The rest of it's all up there somewhere rolling around.
At my age, you know.
We will conclude our services tonight with Yigdal on page 62, followed by Hamotzi.
And I'm going to set this one to 2 different melodies and not at the same time. And
That would be so impressive,
yes,
though.
They're Ladino melodies, and the first one is one that I haven't done here in a long time, I think ever. It's set to a romantic ballad called Los Bilbilicos, a song about the nightingales. Some of you recognize the melody as Tzur Mishelo. And then we'll go to one that's more familiar. Yigdal Elohim chai ve'ishtabach nimtza ve'netel metziuto echad ve'en yachid kehichudo נעלם וגם אין סוף לאחדותו אין לו דמות הגוף ואינו גוף לא נערוך אליו קדושתו קדמו לכל דבר אשר נברא ראשון ואין ראשית לראשיתו הינו אדון עולם וכל נוצר יורה גדולתו ומלכותו שפע נבואתו נתנו אל אנשי סגולתו ותפארתו. לא קם בישראל כמשה עוד, נביא ומביט את אמונתו. תורת אמת נתן לעמואל, על ינביאו נאמן ביתו. לא יחליף האל ולא ימיר, דתו לעולמים לזולתו. צוף ויודע סתרנו, מביט לסוף דבר בקדמתו. גומל לאיש חסד כמפעל לו, נותן לרשע רק כרישתו. ישלח לקץ ימין משיחנו, לפדות מחכה קץ ישועתו. מתים יחייל ברוב ברוב חסדו, ברוך עדי עד שם תהילתו. מתים יחייל ברוב ברוב חסדו, ברוך עדי עד שם תהילתו.
נטילת ידיים. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. It's a smile.
Shabbat shalom.
Hey.
Shabbat shalom.
Hey.
Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom.
I know people. I got invited because I invited myself. Yes. Shabbat I was, and it was definitely worth the trip.
I came today from work. You can see my apron.
I have a very dear friend whose parents are friends with the Bidens. And I had told them when he was elected that at some point I need to get invited to this Hanukkah party. And this was the year. So it was pretty cool.
Amazing. I can't even get over that.
It was. It was very, very awesome. And I have the napkin to prove it.
Really? They actually got a
Oh, I have tons of pictures. I have pictures of me with Ben Stiller and with most of the people that we met. We have pictures of Rabbi Kostrov was the rabbi that did the blessings, and then Joe and Jill and Doug, and it was amazing.
Joe and Jill and Doug.
I mean,
My besties. We're just friends now, so
I love that.
isn't that cool?
Only like, yeah.
We also have the invitation. They gave us a paper invitation when we were there. Well, we will. Matan actually walked out because he needed a break, and the MC for the night happened to just be standing there, and he had the card that says, "Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States," like the cue card, and he gave Matan the cue card. So we have the cue card for the night and napkins. We'll frame them out. There was a chocolate that has like the White House wrapper. So those are our mementos, and we have photos. And if you follow PJ Library on Facebook or Instagram, there's a video of my kids narrating our trip. So it's a short, quick. It's really Duncan put it together because that's his job. And so yeah, it was amazing. It's still surreal. I still can't believe we were there, and now we're back. There were no other rabbis from Oregon there.
Hey, way to represent.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah. I'm still exhausted. Yeah. It was fun. I'm glad we got to go. I'm glad we're back.
You got to do that. What a couple of
Yeah, we got back on Tuesday. I don't want to forget my napkin.